right, let's find out what mystery we're solving today.
Whispers in the West is an online co-op murder mystery game. Work as a team and solve the mystery.
We are all each individuals walking around this western town, and we all have to pick individual characters to play.
There's William the sheriff, Jezebel the outlaw, Wendy the deputy, and Jack Jones the cowboy. I mean, the outlaw, though. Oh, look at us all walking around our little cowgirl heads.
I absolutely have the best hair out of everyone.
Oh, that's, yeah, hands down.
Oh, we can go to different places.
Yeah, let's split up. Split up and search for clues.
A pendant. Where did you?
My friend says he saw someone hauling something that way, like around the time the sun was going down.
Really enjoying this. It's an interesting that everyone's getting different bits of information out of people. It's a really cool little concept. So if you're playing this single player, it's got a lot of replayability for figuring out different things.
It's of the utmost importance that you solve this quickly.
Okay, so day 1 is 20 minutes, by the way. We're gonna run out of time.
I can lockpick, can't I? I'll try and lockpick the church.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to figure out who the victim is with my forensics kit. Alright, that's what I'm going with. I'm going with the butcher. Confirm. Done, and done. Let's see if I'm right.
We're not gonna win this.
I don't know. I really don't.
And we're back with Whispers in the West. I'm gonna jump in, but before we play the game, can you talk a little bit about yourself and the team and the game?
Yeah, so I'm William Noble. I'm a developer at Infinite Y. We're the developers of Whispers in the West. The game's been in development for 2 years now, and we're a small indie remote team comprised mostly of university graduates. Whispers in the West, it's a point-and-click murder mystery game. You can play it either solo or with online co-op up to 4 people. So I believe with that, it's set in the sleepy old town of Brimstone. Quite a quiet town, but recently it has started having more mysteries happening, a lot more weird things going on. So it is down to our sheriff, cowboy, deputy, and the recently forgiven outlaw to go in and solve the mysteries that are facing the town at the moment. However, as we are starting out with the tutorial, we'll just have to simply deal with the mayor wanting to pose through a little test first.
Okay, so do you play as the 4 characters, or you pick one?
Each player will pick one character. You can't have duplicates.
Okay.
So one person could be the cowboy, one person could be the sheriff, etc., etc.
Okay.
And what character you pick will determine how NPCs react to you.
Okay.
So, for instance, one of the most obvious interactions is between the outlaw player character and the banker that you can find in the stories. Obviously, the banker and the outlaw, they're not going to be friendly to each other, so it's going to be a lot harder for the outlaw to get information out of the banker.
Okay.
However, if you have the sheriff will get a lot more respect out of the banker, so the banker will be more likely to talk to him, give him information. And the sheriff even has his unique item, the sheriff badge, which he can use to leverage his authority and get extra privilege information out of the banker.
Okay, and so you say every player picks a character. Is this 4-player, like co-op?
Yeah, so we support up to 4 players in online co-op.
Okay.
We also allow solo play. So the way our stories are written is that each character can access all the information still, but however, which character you are will determine how hard it is to get that information.
Okay.
So it makes it a lot easier if you are playing co-op and you are working with your teammates to figure out, okay, the outlaw, why don't you go talk to the guy with the criminal history? And the sheriff, why don't you go and talk to the banker, see what he knows? gives you
Okay.
authority to access those privileged documents and stuff.
Okay, so like when you start playing the game with 4 players, you can kind of like gather together and kind of go like, what should we do? Like and strategize, like kind of explore the map and then like come together and do that.
Yeah, so usually how we see people play is that they will normally go together to what their first objective is. So we have the objective bar at the top left of the screen, and that will it'll give you a general guiding idea of, you know, who you need to go talk to get like idea of what's happened in the story and what question you need to answer.
Okay.
So the objective will update throughout the day, and then it will be different at the start of each day as the story progresses.
Okay.
So,
So right now I should talk to the mayor.
yeah, right now it's go and talk to the mayor and see how he wants you to, see what he wants you to do. And so, yeah. So our stories, we split them up into the idea of days. So each day you have a set timer, which is customizable to whatever you want to, however you want to play. We have the core 15 minutes, which was what we originally had for the game. And then we have additional options of 20 minutes if you want a little bit more leeway and, you know, a little bit more flexibility, or unlimited if you'd rather not have the pressure of the timer.
So when you say every day, that's just in the game every day. So you've got 20 minutes to kind of get through that day and get all the...
Yeah, so each day you'll have your chosen timers to say 20 minutes. So 20 minutes for the first day, 20 minutes for the second day, 20 minutes for the third day. And each day, as the day goes on, it's like a day going by in the story as well.
Yeah.
So you'll have, the story will evolve a bit more, different things can happen, and from there you will then also get a new question for each day as well. So you will have a question that there may not even be a murder on the first day. It is a murder mystery, but there may not be a murder straight away. You may have to resolve some other mystery that is related to the overarching story of that case.
Okay. Sorry, the overarching story for what?
For the case, the story you are playing.
Oh, the case. Okay. And so that sounds like then there's like multiple cases or multiple stories or...
Yeah, so we have our demo that has a tutorial and then one shorter case, which is 1 day long. And then we have 5 or 6 full stories in the main game that are 3 days long. So we expect those to be 45 minutes to an hour each.
Gotcha.
So each play session should be that long.
Yeah, I expect it. Or more if you want to binge them all in one go, as some people
How
sort
many
of...
chapters?
So there's 5 or 6. I want to say 5, but I've been doubting myself all weekend on that number. So I think it's 5, maybe 6 as well. I'm not 100% sure on that number.
How many people on your team?
So on our team, we've had about 5 or 6 different people throughout our 2-year development cycle. But currently we are just a 3-man team with ex-contractors and stuff not included in that number. So I'm not familiar with how many contractors we have. That's not my area to manage.
How many? How long have y'all been working on it?
So we've been in development for 2 years now. So we started in the sort of spring of 2021. It started out, I wasn't actually there right at the start. I joined in about 6 months after the start of development. So it started out as just a team of 3. We expanded to a team of 4, and then had a couple of people join the team for about 6 months, and then those people moved on to do other things as as time goes on, what people want to do in their lives changes and everything. So we moved on, and we've slowly, as we've slowly moved through development, the team sort of shrunk a bit as stuff starts finishing up.
So how far in development is this game? Is it finished or?
So we are approaching release actually. We in the last few days we announced our release date for the 25th of July. So this coming up in just 9 days, I believe.
Hopefully nothing goes wrong. What are the platforms?
So we're available only on Steam right now. We have no plans for other platforms at this time.
You have other plans?
We have no plans for other platforms at this time.
Where are you guys located?
So we're primarily based in the UK. So 2/3 of our core team are in the UK. I'm personally from the UK, just outside of London. But we have one of our team lives out in Montreal, but is originally from Scotland.
Are you struggling, Justin?
No, I think I'm getting to the meat of it right now.
Yeah.
I had to get the package.
So yes. So this is our tutorial. It's more just the mayor testing our abilities rather than anything.
So you can basically get the flow of the game.
Yeah, you get the flow of the game. It walks you through our mechanics, such as presenting items and characters to NPCs and stuff like that to get them to talk about them. That's the sort of main way you're going to get information in Whispers in the West. Is you want to go out, you want to meet characters, you want to collect evidence, and then you want to go and speak to people again and ask them, like, hey, have you seen like these footprints in the bank after there was a break-in? Have you seen the? Can I ask you about this knife I found? Stuff like that. Or can I ask you, hey, what do you know about the butcher? Things like that.
So where can we find out more about the game and follow you and your team?
Yeah, so you can find us at Team Dissonant on Twitter, and you can find us on Steam, Whispers in the West, just there, and you can. We also have our website, whispersinthewest.com, or one word. So.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Always, thank you for having me.
The game is super cool. Narrative. Playing 4 players at once simultaneously sounds like such a cool game. A departure in kind of narrative-driven games.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a fun challenge trying to navigate it and make it work, but we've had a lot of fun building it. Our feedback from playtesters and people here at BitSummit today has been amazing. People have been really enjoying the game, so we hope you all check it out at home. And thank you for having me.
Wish list it and then buy it.
9 days.
9 days.
9 days.
9 days, and if you can't wait, the demo is live on Steam right now.
You can play the demo. For sure.
Yeah, we've got our tutorial and the portraits short story where you can play with your friends and figure out your first mystery together before the full game releases.
That's awesome.
Yes. Cool. So we'll be back in a minute with more games.